Rishi Sunak's 5 promises are almost all unachievable, and even if he managed to achieve one of them, it wouldn't secure him with electoral victory. The small boats, possibly, even, is one of the things which is confirming his future in opposition. Cutting NHS waiting lists, it's icing on the cake. It's not the waiting lists that need to be sorted out, it's the NHS itself. In the same way, it's not the small boats which needs to be sorted out, it's the migration system itself. And decreasing the national debt, great, but will we actually experience anything should that happen? It's not a tangible result for electors. What would be is going back to 2007 and the promise made by George Osborne to reduce or to increase the point at which inheritance tax is paid, so that when our loved ones die, we don't face a sudden and alarming tax bill. And even people who aren't expecting to pay that at the moment, I think would be impressed by that sort of foresight, that sort of planning. I think that is something that Rishi Sunak could do. There are many things that he could do, but he needs to stop thinking about, I suspect he needs to stop thinking about winning the next election and start to think about what his legacy is going to be. And I think he has 2 legacies. Number one, I think he has enough time to create some sort of image for himself, as opposed to simply being the anchor that stabilizes the Tory boat. But I think he could also be the person who restores the concept of opposition, because that has been sadly lacking in most of the last 13 years. And one reason why the Conservative Party has been so all over the place, why our government has been such a mess, particularly recently, because we haven't had a solid opposition which questions things. Indeed, that opposition, that role of opposition has been transferred to the media, and if not to the media, then to people protesting on the street. And now our Home Secretary is stopping even that. A good government is a government which is questioned and which can answer the questions. A bad government is a tyrannous government that thinks it's right. And I think looking at inheritance tax would be a great idea, certainly better than many of the 5 promises that Rishi Sunak has put out. But most importantly, Sunak needs to restore confidence in Parliament, and that could be his legacy, so that he goes into the next election in the knowledge that he will lose, but in the knowledge that he will become the leader of a very sound opposition.